Hello. It's Ollie Mack here, coming from the Story Master's Tales. Hope you're well. Hope you can hear me okay. I think it's all working. Is that working? Hopefully it is. Just doing a little bit of a sound test here. Audio. Yes, I think you are. I'm just going to do a little change around, actually. I'm just going to change it to this, because I think that works a little bit better sometimes. Okay, right. So, hello, viewer, whoever we have here. Hello, Ollie, it says. I don't know who you are, so you have to say, sound is good. Is it because I know it goes funny. I'm actually at home at the moment, so a slightly different setup. Home, my Gothic mansion, of course. Now, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of a test today, a play test of a brand new game that's going to be coming out very, very soon, which is... The Tome of Terror. Right, okay, so hello, Silver. I had a feeling it might be you, but I hope you're well. So this is actually one of the first play tests or broadcast play tests that we're doing of Tome of Terror. And Tome of Terror is a Gothic adventure game set around about sort of 1900s. And it's Transylvania, effectively. It's vampires, it's monsters, werewolves, ghosts, all kinds of weird things. So very exciting. So how do we play it? Well, it's very similar to the other games. So I don't think you play the other games, but I think you've seen us play the other games, which is excellent. So you create a character. Now, what marks this one as slightly different to the other Story Masters games is that you can create a unique character if you wish. We do have some to choose from, but I will also allow you, if you don't like those choices, to make a decision of something new. Okay, so let's have a little look here. Let's go down to, I'm just doing a little bit of tinkering here. So your characters that you can choose, you have Father Arthur Brown, the vicar from the local parish. You've got to Jenny Page, who's an author. The Professor, Kenneth McGregor, or you can play an explorer, Bruce Quinn. Right, okay, who would you like? Or you can create your own adventurer. It's entirely up to you. Now, I'm going to be playing with you, the viewing public, and friends and colleagues and everything. So if you want to chip in, do. We are currently live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Now, Facebook, I cannot see who you are on there. I think there's a permission thing probably on where this is broadcast. It allows you to give permission to StreamYard, so I can see who's talking if you want to get involved. Otherwise, if you're on Twitch, do join in. YouTube also, I can see your comments and who is viewable on there as well. So if you want to get involved, please do have a chat with us, and we will. So I'm just everything's gone a bit wonky on this thing, so I'm just rejogging this a little bit here. Right, so what would you like to play? We have the vicar, we have the author, we have the explorer, and the professor. Who would you like to be? Can you all hear me? An empty stranger. Quiet room is always rather worrying, so I shall possibly choose for you if I get no answer within a few minutes. Explorer! Thank you, Silver. And I've just noticed you hair-tailed it over onto Twitch. Right, okay, so Explorer. Now, we do have various stats here. Not too many, if you're pleased to hear. But Bruce Quinn. Okay, Bruce. And Quinn is actually one of the characters, one of the Christian names from the Dracula novel. He was the American sort of cowboy who ends up killing Dracula. Not a lot of people kind of remember that. I think it's only the Francis Ford Coppola version that really did that one. Okay, so his fighting skill is... That seems rather low. I'm sure it was higher than that beforehand. What's happened there? Okay, well, I'll tell you what he's all about. Having a thirst for adventure, Bruce has been on the hunt for the strange, exotic, and profitable for half his life. Now he thinks he may have traveled to a place that will give him his greatest reward. Now, his fortune is 4. His health is 10. That's quite healthy. Now, Lou is, I'm writing it down actually, Silver, so you can, in case you sort of drop out, you can write this down as well if you'd like. That's cool, especially if you want to make notes or something like that. That would be good as well. Now, his Lou is 20, and that's effectively Transylvanian currency at the time. His fear. Now, his fear starts at 0. If his fear happens to go to 10, he's too scared to do anything else, and he's going to just panic about everything. Right, now I think that's been copyrighted from something else. That seems very low for the Explorer. What was I doing there? That's more like... Okay, I think I'm going to change this here. So, I don't know why that's done that. Anyway, let's not worry too much about this. And that's 4. I'm just going to make sure this balances. Sorry, slight. Right, that is going to be... Right, okay, Bruce Quinn's fighting level is 4. Okay, that's pretty good. He's obviously been around a little bit and is very busy. Now, his supernatural insight isn't very good, I'm afraid. His supernatural insight, he kind of doesn't really believe in those kind of things. But his study level, being an explorer, he's quite good at studying things. What his fighting skill is 4. Right, supernatural insight is 1. His study level, so study level is basically sort of reading things, understanding things, and also spotting things. That is 3. His reflexes is 2. Okay, his reflexes not very good, but that's not too bad. I think I might adjust these later. Anyway, right. So let's start with the first adventure. Oh, by the way, we are using maps here. So I have a map here that's pre-generated. Ordinarily, if you're playing this in front of me, you might have a map as well. But I will guide you. I've got a little figurine here, actually. It's actually one of the original Story Must Tell's figures. We had a very, very, very limited run of them. And I've luckily, they sent me one of them. This is a red cap, actually, but he's now going to be Explorer. Right, okay. In the year of our Lord, 1899, in the sorry month of November, you find yourself, along with a few other travelers, crammed inside a rather uncomfortably sweaty carriage on a journey that would ultimately change your life forever. The arduous trip has started from London, then boat to Calais, followed by a train, then arriving late one evening in the little town of Braun. Correspondence has been sent to you to investigate the strange occurrence of some missing children. Their disappearance occurred under some very unusual and perplexing circumstances that seem to befuddle or scare the local law enforcement. Details had been vague, but payment from the village had been offered to people of the correct skills and interest to look into such matters. Rumors are rife that the trouble stems from the castle and possibly the legend of the vampire. After a fitful night's sleep and a meager but bland meal at the rundown boarding house, you embark on your investigations. You start at the tavern. So, your objective is to stop whatever happened here in this very strange place. Okay, so you start at the tavern. And luckily, we actually have some music. Now, let me know if you can hear this okay.
The golden light from the tavern window and the smell of cooked meat draws you into this sprawling tavern. As you enter, all conversation stops from the inhabiting customers, and they stare at you with abject suspicion. The silence is only broken when the tavern owner asks what you want. Will you ask for something to drink? See what there is to eat. Talk to a local or search the tavern.
Right, let's see if I can turn that up then. Oh, there you go. That's probably better, isn't it? Let me play that again for you. Is that now too loud? For me, that's really loud. Okay, let me just get the level right for you. Okay, let me do that again. I'll play. Okay.
The golden light from the tavern window and the smell of cooked meat draws you into this sprawling tavern. As you enter, all conversation stops from the inhabiting customers, and they stare at you with abject suspicion. The silence is only broken when the tavern owner asks what you want. Will you ask for something to drink? See what there is to eat. Talk to a local or search the tavern.
Hello there, Jam. You have joined us. We are starting to play an adventure, obviously. Let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet, or I'm too noisy, or one or the other. I think I need my keyboard now. Hopefully I can get rid of that. And I can move my mic around a little bit closer. Am I shouting? I don't know. Right, so ask the innkeeper what there is to eat. Now, Jam, you've just joined us, and there is a strange occurrence. You've been hired. Bruce Quinn, the explorer, has been hired, and you must try and find out what's been happening to the children that have been gone missing. Okay, you want to see what there is to eat? Ah, good. So it's not very easy when you're doing it on this. It's a lot easier when you're using... There we go. Right. You're reading the menu. You see a scarce selection of food served. Soup of the day costs 1 lu. Pork and cabbage rolls, 2 lu. And cognac, which also sells a 2 lu. Which one will you choose? Ah, good. Volume is... I don't know what cognac is, but it sounds quite nice. So we have soup of the day, 1 lu. You happen to have 20 lu to start with. You have some cabbage rolls for 2 lu, or cognac, which sells for 2 lu. Soup. Okay, the soup of the day turns out to be beef tripe. It's hearty and smells very good. Now, it would restore, but you're not hurt at the moment. But you know, if you come back here, you can always eat that if you wish. Unfortunately, the soup is not something you can take with you. There is no takeaway menu here, I'm afraid. And they do not serve little cups with tops on them. You would like to have pork and cabbage as well. Okay, you are playing the same character, by the way. So I will let you have some pork and cabbage as well. Now, the pork and cabbage rolls are minced, lightly spiced, and utterly disgusting. They do little for your appetite, and after eating one, you decide to leave the rest. Okay, but unfortunately, you have now only 17 lu. Now, you haven't actually done any of the adventure yet, so maybe you'd like to make another choice. You have a choice of either asking for someone to drink, talk to a local, or search the tavern. Now, you can only make 2 choices per location, unless I decide otherwise. Of course, I am the story master. Now, I think possibly you might want to head for the castle at some stage. I think might be a good way to find out. Trading standards will hear from this. Absolutely. You can talk to a local. Okay, right. So, now, there are several locals to talk to. You have... Let's see. Yes, there are a few locals here, but all of them seem to be doing their best to avoid eye contact. Who do you talk to? The blind man sitting in the corner, nursing a beer. The young couple, who, like yourself, appear to be travellers. The drunk soldier sitting by the fire. A young farmer, who looks like he's avoiding your eye contact, or the tavern owner. I'll run through those again. We have the blind old man sitting in the corner. We have the young couple who, like yourself, appear to be travellers. The drunk soldier sitting by the fire. A young farmer. Or the tavern owner. Hello there, Helen. Lovely to see you. Now, you're all jointly playing Bruce Quinn. I may allow you to do a few more choices since there's quite a few of you playing. But we'll stick with young. Okay, right. So we have Helen. You have to make a decision. The soldier. Okay, that is a soldier then. Good idea. Maybe they know that money is drunk. Oh, by the way, does anyone have a D4 with them? If so, you may want to roll it. Otherwise, you'll have to trust me to roll it for you. So you spot a blazing, crackling fire. If it wasn't for the man in military attire occupying the hearth, you'd already be sitting by it warming your toes. The soldier's rifle is laid upon a small round table and surrounded by empty tankards of beer. The man in question leans up against the hearth, staring into the flames. He looks sideways at you as you approach. You ask him what he knows of the area. Roll your fate. Roll your fate. Let's see what he wants to impart with you, because obviously you are a strange-looking fellow. 3. He starts laughing at you, then insists that you join him in a drink. He buys you a very large tankard of beer. Feeling that you have little choice but to join him, you drink it. Yeah, and then another. And eventually one more. You lose 1 reflex and 1 health before vomiting. The reflex loss will return after 5 rounds, but you remember nothing of what this man told you while you were drinking together. I'm so sorry. It was a bit of a party, and you fall out of the tavern in a drunken stupor. But which direction will you go? Now, you could, if you want, leave the tavern and head in a northerly direction, which you do believe might be in the direction of the castle. Or you can go west if you wish. West, you do not know. There's a little dirty path. Or you can go east if you wish. So, west, north, or east. Now, indeed. Good morning, Jam. Everyone's up early. So we have 1 for north. You all agree with Silver. West. Okay, E. I'll go. Thank you. One of you make your mind up. Okay, I'm going to have one of you change your mind. If it changes the mind, that's the direction we'll be going to. North. Thank you very much, Helen. Okay, you head north along the rather strange and twisted pathway. And eventually, sure, it's a lot easier when you've got pages to flick rather than scrolling up a laptop. Yeah. There's a distinct odor as you head northwards. Something rotten and putrid. Oh, hang on. I don't have to read this out, do I? I've got someone to do that for me. Much better.
There is a distinct odor about this place. Something rotten and putrid. Insects buzz above your head, and undefined creatures swim below the surface of this black marsh. Everything about this place shrieks danger. But your instinct tells you there is something important you must find. Shall you plunge your hands into the murky water? Search around the waterlogged trees? Wade across to the other side? Or give in to your fears and leave?
Okay, right. You cannot go forward from this point unless you find a way through. So it's going to be a little bit tricky. So you can't go north anymore. So you can always go west, or you can go east if you need to. Right. So now, what do you want to do? Do you want to search around the logs? Okay, the ground is very slippery and wet. As you try to navigate your way and see if you can find anything of interest, you roll your fate. Roll your fate. 4. As you search around the trees, you hear a bubbling coming from the water's edge. Suddenly, something bizarre jumps out at you. Its body is that of a shark, but its head is that of a baby. Its sharp teeth clamp around your arm, tearing chunks of flesh out of you. Lose 1 health. You must do your best to kill it. So, I'm afraid you are fighting a baby shark. Right, okay, so horror beyond belief. Okay, so its fighting skill is 4, and yours is 4 as well. So I'm hoping you will do quite a good job here. You're right, you roll a 6 in total. Shall I roll for you? I'm going to trust you. I'll roll for you as well. Okay, and a 6-1. Okay, no damage there. Then again, you get hit. Oh, it hits you there for 1 point of damage, I'm afraid. So you're now down to 8. Okay, and then you get 1 again. It's got hit you again. I think. Do you want to keep fighting it, or should you run away? It was taken 2 off you already. Its health is quite low. It's quite small. Okay, run away. Okay, we'll lose 1 more health there. We are now down to 6. This is when we need to go back to the tavern and eat some more soup. Okay, now if we are running away, we can either run away eastwards or westwards. Which direction would you like to go? Okay, where should we go? Do you want to go east or west? I'd suggest west, to be quite honest. You can't go north, and I don't think you'll be able to circumnavigate past it. So I think we will go west.
Crashing through a window leaps a vicious wolf. It lands in front of you and bares its blooded teeth. It looks like it's fresh from a kill. Unless you act quickly, you could be the next victim. Will you quickly attack the beast? Look around for assistance. Try to calm it down, or run away as fast as you can.
Right, okay, we've done a little bit of running away so far, but this is a wolf. Try and calm it down. Possibly. What do the rest of you think? Helen, calm it. Okay, well, try and calm it. You know that most wild animals can be tamed. Should you find the most effective way to communicate with it? Coming to a halt and standing very still, you hope you may be able to stop this wolf from attacking you. Roll your fate. Roll your fate. Food 4. You unintentionally provoke the wolf further, causing it to snarl, growl, and howl before you have time to act. And now the wolf appears on the roof of a nearby house. You must now face 2 wolves. Go to action 1 or 4 to fight them. Okay, this is going to be it. Now, you can either, do you want to try and run away, or do you want to try and fight these 2 wolves? Now, bear in mind, there are now 2 wolves, and they are more vicious than this baby shark. I would suggest running, to be quite honest with you. Now, you can run away in any direction, thankfully. Now, you feel there's no way you can fight this wolf, so you run as quickly as you can. The creature immediately pursues you, snapping at your heels. Okay, we must roll our reflex or under. reflex, unfortunately, is 1. So, we roll a 1. Thank goodness for that. We have got away. Just about. Okay, right, good. Now, because we have succeeded... good. We can add an extra reflex point. So, good. We have increased our ability because we are now a little bit sharper in our mental attitude. So we can't go east because that's where the marsh was, but we can go northwards or eastwards. North or east once more. North or east? East. East it is then.
Flames and pitchforks suddenly appear around the corner. Chants of "kill it, burn it, damnation to them all" ring loudly in your ears from this small crowd of very irate villagers. Do you ask them to aid you? Move out of their way? Ask them what they hunt? Or see if you can obtain a weapon from one?
Ooh, that might be useful. But, this is an angry mob. Bruce Quinn is clearly a man who can handle himself. Well, unless he actually meets anything that wants to attack him. But apart from that, he looks quite, big. But what are we going to do? Are you going to try and move out of the way? What do you think? Okay, I have... what are they after? That's a good question. Well, to that, you have to ask. Now, you can have one choice, though. You can only make one choice here. Because they are on the move. What are they after? I don't know what they could be after. Well, if the letter that was sent did explain that children were going missing. I don't think you were here for the letter at the very beginning. So... Maybe that is the case. Okay, move out of the way. You want to ask... Okay, Helen, are you still there? Or someone who hasn't joined us yet, please tell us what you want us to do. What they're after. Okay, let's see what they are after then. Okay, the commotion was caused by... the commotion caused by the mob entices you further to know what they hunt. So you ask, roll your fate. Find out who answers your call as you stand by the side. What do you want? What do you hunt? What you after? You roll your fate, Silver. 3. A hysterical woman in her 50s screams dramatically at you. The monster at the castle! They have made something that should not be. Unnatural and brutist. I saw it down by the lake. All muscle, cold eyes. Reminded me of my dear 3rd husband. Helen. Suddenly looking wistful, she moves on. I wonder who that character could have been. How strange. Okay, well, and they move on. They move on. Okay, maybe that was the thing that is killing the children. Down by the lake. If we find by the lake, we better have a little look around there. Okay, so you are there at the moment. Do you want to go northwards? Do you want to go... you can go eastwards once more, then it looks like it's a dead end. But do you want to go northwards? Or southwards? You could backtrack. There are locations you have not been to. There seems, as you look southwards, a little clearing. But north is the direction of the castle, certainly where the mob ran off to. North. North? North it is, then.
A couple of distressed villagers hurriedly usher you into their tiny, cramped home. Thinking they may need your assistance, You rush in to investigate their problem. You hear the door slam behind and see them both transform into horrific vampires. What should you do? Fight them? Try to talk to them? Try to run away? Or scream for help?
Right, what is Bruce Quinn going to do? Is he a scream for help kind of guy? Is he a fighter? Clearly not from the last few encounters. Try and talk to them. Yes, indeed. Yes. Okay, right, so we have talk to them. Jam. I don't know if Helen's still with us. But what do you want to do? If you're viewing this from YouTube land or Twitter land, Twitch land, or even Facebook, do join us. Just reconnected. Oh, Helen, you missed a call out for Flora. She's one of her lines is in the show, or in the game. Anyway, yes, maybe not feed them. Okay, so I think Silver's the only one saying talk to them at the moment. Okay, right, you're going to try and talk to them then. I'll just run through the options there. You could either fight them, talk to them, try and run away, or scream for help. You're facing two vampire villagers who've managed to persuade you into their little house. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with Silver's choice here. So you're going to try and talk to them. The pair slowly advance towards you. Coming to a sudden halt, the vampire woman speaks. We would have wished you no harm if it wasn't now in our nature to desire your consecrated life force. If you allow us to drink a little from you without a fight, we will have all we need to transcend in the first chapter of our new journey. We will not kill you, only weaken you. Please help us, please. She looks pitifully at you while gripping her husband's hand. Now, will you allow them to drink from you? Yes or no? It does sound dodgy, yes. I believe I did do this one with you a while ago. But let's see. Bruce is on 6 health. He has, he could escape. He has one more choice he can make if he does try and escape. Absolutely not. Okay. Right, well, no, they try to fight you. The village vampires appear unfamiliar with combat. As creatures of the night, perhaps they are newly inhabiting their curses. They whisper to each other, looking to see who will make the first move. The male is pushed towards you by the female vampire, and slowly you engage in combat with these terrifying creatures of darkness. Add your supernatural insight to your fighting skill when fighting. Now, your supernatural insight happens to be 1. Your fighting skill is 4. However, they are quite strong. Your chances at the moment are unlikely to win. We do have 5 in total. The male vampire's fighting skill is actually 6. So you have a chance, but to compete, kill them both is going to be very difficult. I think probably best to run away. Absolutely, Helen. Okay, we will lose 1 health there and run. Right, so you can run northwards. You can go, northeast or northwest? Northeast or northwest? Northeast or northwest? I'm starting to worry that you'll never make it back from the castle. Oh, what's this?
You have discovered a twisted cave entrance. A high-pitched squeaking alerts you to the presence of thousands of resting bats, currently clinging onto the ceiling of the cave. They are busily preoccupied in their own world. Looking to the ground, you see there are many tracks of human-like footprints. Perhaps you might find something of use amongst the guano. Will you search the cave? Try to disturb the bats? Look closer at the footprints? Or try to leave quickly and silently?
Okay. Right. Search through the poo. Now, we are on the lookout for children, the lost children, and there are small footprints here. Well, you have two things you can do here, so maybe we'll search through the poo and then look at the footprints. Okay, so let's search the cave. The stench of this cave is utterly revolting, but you feel there might be something of value worth finding. If you're lucky, roll your fortune or under. Okay, right. Luckily, our fortune is 4. Good. So we goes down to 3, and we do find something. You find an old leather box. Although it's locked, the acidity of the bat's feces have corroded to the point where it crumbles easily in your hand. You find a reward. Hooray! We found something. Okay, this is very exciting. So, our rewards are done slightly differently here. I will give you... But what I'll do, because you have no idea what they are at the moment, I want you to give me a number between 1 and 28. 1 and 28 for everyone here. What will you find in the poo-covered box? A number between 1 and 28. 22, says Silver, very confidently. Right, well, well, that's handy. I'm telling you what, I'm going to give you 2 rewards because I'm feeling insanely generous. Now, the first item you find is a first aid kit. Luckily, the bat poo didn't get inside. So you can now heal up to 6 points. You can do this in one go, or you can do that in increments. So, first aid kit. Okay, 6 health. Okay, now we can use that or we can use it later on. Now the other item... Okay, the other item is an iron horseshoe. Now, unless you know a one-legged horse, the only other use for this is to bring you luck against the unnatural. Now you regain all your fortune. Ah, excellent. And you gain 1 extra supernatural insight as well. So your supernatural insight is now 2. Excellent. Horseshoe. Marvelous. Right, I'm just going to... How rude. Right, okay, now... Let's go about at 6. Now, you wanted to have a look at the footprints, didn't you, Silver? Okay, just rolling back to that. Now, I would say when you play this, it's very useful to have bookmarks. In fact, we are going to be doing bookmarks with the next Kickstarter. And then you can have one in the map bit, and you can have one in the reward bit, and you just flick back and forth. Okay, so... Now, you're looking very closely at the footprints. There appears to be some stone markings and tracks imprinted into the discharge on the floor. Roll your study level or under. Now, your study level is 3, and you roll a 4. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. I tell you, no, you roll it. I tell you what, Helen or Silver, you roll a dice. A D4, please. Two. Excellent. Well, you succeed. You roll better than I did. Okay, now you realize that the markings are small footprints belonging to a human child. Counting the tracks, you think there may be 3 or 4. You follow them, but you see they all come to a halt in the center of the cavern. Roll your fate. Have you found the missing children? Have you found the missing children? This is the question. Maybe you have. 3. Thank you. In the darkness, you notice a beam of light coming from the far side of the cavern. It's a passageway. As you follow it, it leads you to a graveyard. Now that takes you directly, it takes you backwards. So you don't have to go there, but you can if you want. Do you want to go to the graveyard, or would you like to travel northwards once more? Now, if you go there, it does mean that you can go past actually on the other side of the swamp now, so you don't have to worry. What's your faith? Well, you don't have faith, but your fear is still 0. You haven't been scared by anything yet, which is good. It's surprising, really. Okay, now we've got... you can go northwards, you can go eastwards, and you can go westwards. Or you can use this secret passageway to take you backwards. That's all right. Hello, Jam. Do you mean your supernatural insight? Your supernatural insight is 2. Right, so do you want to go to the graveyard? Now, they did find a secret passageway in the cave, Bat Cave, which takes you backwards, but it does mean you can skip past a couple of things. Otherwise, you can go northwards, and I think you're very, very close to the castle entrance if you do that. Mind you, it sounds like there might be something happening here in the Cave of Bats if you want to search once more. Or if you think it is worth leaving and traveling northwards, eastwards, or westwards. What do you want to do? Tricky choice. East. Jam? Helen? What do you think? Eastwards. Okay, let's go eastwards then. We shall go here.
You are stopped in the road by a sweaty, rotund man who is laden with a huge assortment of bottles, vials, and jars. Cures, health and longevity, all with a lifetime guarantee, he shouts at you. What should you do? See what healing he has. Ask what cures he has. Inquire as to whom he is. Or find out what information he has.
Now, I'll get into character. All right. All right, then. I've got all kinds of things here. Yeah. Right. Am I? I'm all right, yeah. Hey, you want to know who I am? Who are you? Who am I? All right, well. Right, so you ask Cat who he is. Well, I'm Professor Lipton, of course. I've travelled to every corner of this fair globe in search of the finest healing tonics known to mankind. I can speak 20 languages, write 40 more, engage my services to royalty governments globally, and still have time to make the best tea in the world. Right, okay, so you can now ask him or find out what healing he has, what cures he has, or find out what information he has. Remember, you can only make 2 choices per room unless I choose otherwise. Right, do you want to get some healing or find out what cures he might have? Or information? Is information more important? Cures. Cures? All right, he looks at you nervously. Cures for what? Then he says a smile. Yes, of course I have. He brings out a small green bottle with a golden wax seal. This will cure anything. It's my last vial, and it was made by a lost Amazonian tribe, sealed by the Lord of the Witch Doctors himself. And because you have a kind face, I will sell it to you for 20 lou. Do you want to buy this or not? 20 lou? Now, I have to say, you don't really have that much money. You don't have that. Do you want it for 17 lou then? 17 lou is my last offer. Of course, it is the last one, so it's much more valuable. That the Amazon cure, yeah. You have 17. I can see it in your sweaty hand there. Yeah, you want to have? Yeah. Do you want to buy it or not? Make your mind up. I'm going to put it back in my backpack if you don't make your mind up. Yes or no? Oh, go on, make a decision. It's the last one, 17. You're not getting a better offer than that. Amazonian, made by the king of the witch doctors. Could save your life. Cures anything. Literally cures anything. Yeah, all right. Oh, all right. All right, yeah, all right. You got your Amazonian cure. Right, okay, so that is 16. Okay, right, now if you want to use that, you have to come back here and find out what it will do. Yeah? Or do you want to drink it now? Do you want to drink it now? I don't suppose you're cursed for anything in particular or infected by anything, but do you want to drink it? Do you want to drink it now or save that for later? Yeah, save it for later. Save it for later. Why not? Yeah. Right. Right, put a little note in there. Yeah. Right, okay, well, where do you want to go then? Now, you can, if you want, go northward. I tell you, if you go northwards, there happens to be a castle there. You can just see it just on the horizon. Not your horizon, it's behind that tree. If you want to go there, that's the way to go to the castle. Otherwise, go where you like. Not up to me. You can go westwards if you want. Yeah, that goes near the castle, not quite by the castle, but near the castle. Or if you really want, you can go eastwards, or northeast really, and that's to the other side of the castle, not quite in the castle, but nearish the castle, but eastwards. So do you want to go north, directly to the castle? Do you want to go west, near the castle, or east, Nearest the castle. Where would you like to go? East. Oh, there you go, east. Fine. East it is then. East it is. Right, not quite ready to go there yet. Could be a terrible mistake, but there we are.
The vicious howling of a snarling, slavering creature stops you in your tracks. A man-sized creature, covered in thick hair. His eyes glow red, and as he opens his mouth, you see vicious, sharp teeth. Shall you attack the wolf man, run away, try to trick it into a trap, or speak to it?
Right, okay, so attack the wolf creature, run away, try and trick it to a trap, or speak to it. Oh, how lucky do you feel? Or run away. Run away! Yes, not a bad idea. Let's run away. Well, I don't know. Maybe you want to trick it. Maybe you feel that your luck and your reflexes are high enough. Your reflexes are now 3. It's not too bad, is it? Not too bad. Okay, now, do you want to run away? Okay, well, Silver says run away. Jam and Helen might be preoccupied. So, I'm going to say run away. You turn on your heels and move as quickly as you're able in the other direction. But the werewolf pursues you through the village. Roll your reflex or under. Now, your reflex is 3, and you roll. Okay, you roll. You roll, Silver. What do you get? Roll your D4. 1. I believe you have. Absolutely. Right, you're up now. 1, succeed. And by ducking and diving through the village, eventually you hide in a barrel and manage to escape this ferocious beast. It slopes away where you first encountered it. Oh. Whoa, goodness me. Okay, right. So there seems to be, obviously, this village sprawls all over this land. But you are right by the castle now. Do you want to enter the castle? Now, you don't have to. Maybe the answer to these missing children is not in the castle at all. It might even just be around here. But I also think it might be the vampires. What do you think? Okay, now you can go to the castle gates. Do you wish to go to the castle gates, or would you like to... In fact, you're in the corner, so you have to go to the castle gates. I'm sorry, this is where you're going to go.
There in front of you are the gates to the castle. Legend tells you that evil things dwell inside, and those who dare to venture forth are never the same, if they return. As you consider your options, the heavens open, and an icy cold rain lashes down upon you. What will you do? Enter the castle? Call up to a window for attention? Search around the entrance? Or find shelter and watch for activity?
All right, what would you like to do? All good options. There's that wolf. That wolf is back. We've seen the wolf and the werewolf. This is not good or safe to be out here. Maybe the children are just being eaten by a wolf. But they did also say it might be vampires as well. I don't know. I'm not particularly very keen on this place, but I am Bruce Quinn, the brave and the adventurous, of course. Right. Should we heal ourselves, by the way? You could heal yourself fully back to 10 if you wish. That'll save you 1 health that you can use for later on. What do you want to do? Yes, heal yourself. Okay, good idea. Let's put that up to 10. And you have 1 healing left if you want to use it later on. Or you could also use the Amazonian cure if you wish. It's up to you. Okay, right. So what do you want to do? Do you want to find shelter and watch for activity? Okay. Wishing to gather your thoughts before proceeding to the entrance, you go to the shelter. You go and shelter under a large oak tree, which looks to be a splendid lookout point. Running over, a crack of lightning strikes it, splitting it in 2. Roll your reflex or under. Your reflex is 3. Ah, good. Okay, you manage to leap out the way safely as flaming branches crash down beside you. Well, I don't think this is particularly sheltering or safe. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave this place? Or enter the castle? What do you want to do? Leave or enter the castle? Enter. Enter. Leave, Sybil says. No, it's been bad enough getting to the castle. Goodness knows what's inside the castle. Terrifying. Okay, Jam, I don't know if you're there, but you must make a decision whether to leave or enter. Okay. Enter. Helen's absolutely enter. Okay, well, hopefully entering is straightforward. As you walk through the open gates of this foreboding fortress, you notice ages of dirt and weather have cracked and bitten the wooden doors into a pitiful manner. Deep claw marks run horizontally across the old oak panels. Your only hope is whatever or whomever made these is a figment of your tired imagination. Through the doors, you enter a small stone-lined courtyard. As you look up, you see small holes which expose the sky. You feel the rain lash upon your face. From history lessons, you remember the name of these particular areas of the castle. Murder holes. Before you make it to the interior of the castle, on the other side, something happens. Roll your fate. Roll your fate, Silver or Helen. Roll a d4. 3. Journeying about the halfway point across the courtyard, you suddenly hear a scream. You stop immediately, trying to deduce the source and identity of the noise. You conclude it came from a woman somewhere located within the castle itself. Okay, well, you get to the other side and you enter the castle. Map 2. Inside the castle. Now, you have a choice of 2 locations. As you enter the castle, there are 2 places. You can either go east or west. East or west is your first point inside the castle. East or west? West.
This is truly the most fabulous library you have ever seen. It's not the largest of rooms, but upon every shelf is a luxurious and intriguing, ornate leather spine with tantalizing metal-etched writing. There is one illuminating tome, open on a lectern. It looks like you may have disturbed the person who was just reading it. However, they are nowhere to be seen. What should you do? Look through the bookshelves, read the open book on the lectern, call out to see if there's anyone here, or see if you can find anything else of interest.
Okay, what should we do? Look through the bookshelf. Read the open book on the lectern. Call out to see if anyone is here. Or see if you can find anything else of interest. You can make 2 actions here. If you survive the first one, of course. Look through the bookshelf. Well, there are many interesting looking books here, but you think you only have time to look at one before being discovered. You quickly grab the closest to hand. Roll your fate. Roll your fate. 2. You pull out a book bound in human skin, written in a language you do not understand, perhaps Arabic. The pages are strewn with countless illustrations of horrific demons and symbols that appear alien to you. Quickly closing the book, your mind fills with echoes of what you have just seen. As if this book has a life of its own, and your wishes still haunt your thoughts. Add 1 fear, but also add 1 supernatural insight point. Though fearful, your mind is still a little bit, well, attuned to the things you've seen. Right, now, do you want to read the open book on the lectern? Call out to see if anyone is here, or see if you can find anything else of interest. Now, or you can go to another location if you wish. Dare you read the open book on the lectern? Or do you want to call out? Is it a time to announce your presence entering the castle? Would that be the right thing to do? Oh, yes, Jam says. Yes. Okay, no, Silver's changed her mind about calling out. Helen, what do you think? Should you call out loudly to alert whoever owns this place that you are now here? Call out. Okay, well, it seems everyone wants to call out here. Well, perhaps a helpful librarian could be lurking in the shadows, so you quietly call out, see if anyone's here. Roll your fortune or under. Now, your fortune is at 4, so you cannot fail this. Now, move it down to 3. A frail-looking man appears, who you guess is aged around about 40. But he's very thin, with a very pale complexion. How can I help you? He asks. You inquire to the nature of the castle and the library. The man clasps his hands together in delight. And you notice how long his fingernails are as he giggles. My dear, this is the master's home. This is his planning room, and you are his captive. Why would you be permitted to wander so freely? You are his mouse in a maze, and you'll soon be like me, a servant to his hunger, bound to his will. Now, if you wish, you may leave this man or attack him. Do you want to leave him or attack him? Leaving him proves to be rather easy. He doesn't follow you, and instead stands still giggling, all the while rubbing his hands together. You wonder who he once was. Right, that's a little worrying, is it not? Now, your task may be actually to try and destroy this master. Perhaps he is responsible for these children going missing. We did see children's footprints in the bat cave, didn't we? The case of source, but interesting nonetheless. Now, do you wish to go eastwards? You can go northwards. You can go westwards. You cannot go south. You could go south if you want to leave the castle, if you wish. You can go back through the entrance and go back into the countryside. You feel that's the right answer for you? Well, south would take you back out, Silver. Silver, are you desperate to leave? West. Or do you want to try and discover a little bit more about this castle? West. Okay, I shall take you west.
A trapdoor opens below your feet, and you find yourself falling into a huge underground chamber. By some amazing act of fate, you are currently unharmed. But looking around this place, you realize you are surrounded by many open caskets. Their skeleton inhabitants are all in various states of decay. At the far end, you can see an archway with steps leading upwards. Shall you investigate the open caskets, look around the rest of the crypt, run towards the archway to escape, or try to communicate with the dead?
Right. There's some interesting choices to make there. Whoever owns this place, I think they are right about vampires, possibly a bit in this area. We have only been into one room so far and fallen into a second. So, do you want to investigate in the open casket? Do you want to look around the rest of the crypt? Run towards the archway and escape? Or try and communicate with the dead? Well, Silver wishes to try and talk to the dead. Okay, fine. If you want to try and talk to the dead, that is fine. We have no other answer here. Perhaps this crypt has yet been untainted by the evils which ravage this castle. Clasping your hands together, you close your eyes and attempt to call out to the past, to any spirits that might still linger in this place. Roll your supernatural insight or under. Now your supernatural insight is now 3, far better than the 1 it first started on. So roll your dice. You can get under, 1 dice. Excellent, a 1. I roll a 1 as well. You succeed. Something very strange happens. A vision plays out in your mind, and the spectral bodies that lay in the caskets rise up and float towards you. Dressed in old imperial uniforms, a kindly bearded man whispers to you, "You must redeem our family name. Cursed we are on death's great divide, cast out from eternal rest by the actions of our ancestors. Bring the Count to judgment and we will be forever grateful. Suddenly a white mist gushes through your bones. Add 1 supernatural insight. This can happen just the once. Excellent. Your supernatural insight is now at 4. That is quite impressive. Well done. Okay, right, so we're going to move into, where should we move? You want to go northwards. In fact, that's the only way you can go. Or you can go back to the library if you wish. You can go back to the library, or you can go northwards. Library or north? North it is. Excellent. Right, north, and we've got... Oh.
This is truly a grand room of opulent design and taste. Laid out upon a beautiful long dining table is a fabulous meal. Candles flicker to illuminate glasses of fine-looking wine and gleaming cutlery. What will you do? Eat some food? Drink some wine? See if you can find a weapon? Or search the rest of the room?
Okay. What would you like to do? So you can find a weapon. You don't have any weapons at the moment, do you? Yeah, that's a good point. But rather, we should be looking at things a bit more. Silver cutlery. Well, we can have a little look. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, right. So there is 1 bottle of red wine set upon the table. Oh, hang on 1 second. Oh, wrong one. Okay, right. Yes, hoping to find something you could use as a weapon, you search around the dining room for something to aid you. Strangely, there is no cutlery, and only 1 savage-looking carving knife. Perhaps those who eat here do not like to do so. Like to do so with their hands. But do you want to take the carving knife? The carving knife would be useful. The carving knife will give you 1 extra fighting point. I would suggest you take it, yes. Okay, so we have a carving knife. Okay, your fighting skill is now 5. That's not bad. If we happen to meet a vampire, our combined is now 9. That's pretty good. We could go back and kill those village vampires quite easily now. Less so, than before. Right. Take, please. Absolutely, yes. I thought we'd take pies for a second, Jam. There's no pie on offer here. But do you want to do anything else? Do you want to eat some food, drink some wine, or search the rest of the room? Or you can go northwest or northeast. Or back to the crypt, or back to the library. Search the rest of the room. Search the rest of the room. Excellent. Okay. How are we for health? You're okay for health now because you've actually used your first aid kit. Okay, as well as a large dining table, you see 2 chairs sat at either end. This room is filled with paintings and impressive columns that support the ceiling. Then, as you investigate further, something strange happens. Roll your fate. Roll your fate! 3. The food on the table starts to decompose in front of your very eyes. Before long, you see moldy, rotten, and shriveled food. You can never eat from this table again. Or once. Okay, right, we better leave this place. It's getting rather weird. We have our knife. The knife is fine. That hasn't fallen apart. So we can go northeast or northwest. Northeast, northwest. Northeast.
The grandeur of this ballroom has long since faded. A very large and partially broken chandelier hangs precariously in the middle of the room. You wonder when the last time this chamber was used, and try to imagine the people who once danced here to delightful music. What should you do? Search the room? See if you can dislodge the chandelier? Do a little dance to honor the dead?
Why not?
Or sing a tuneful ditty?
Maybe he has gone mad already. It is a possibility. Not go to the middle. Search the room. Honor the dead. Okay, well, you could try and honor. You want to do a little dance, Helen? Oh, that's a question mark. Honor the dead? I know, yes, that would be odd, wouldn't it? But like he says, he is an altered man now, I think, since he's came through the front door. So, you want to search the room? Dance. Okay, Helen says dance. Why not? Something has suddenly grabbed him. Something compels you to swing your hips and arms to the rhythm in your head. You close your eyes and imagine the room full of life, laughter, and dancing. In your mind's eye, you feel yourself surrounded by smiling courtiers. They look at you with kindness, then pity, as you hear the door lock behind you. Several of the dancers transform into vampires, then to proceed to attack the others, who are now screaming. Struggling to open your eyes, you eventually snap out of this vision. Add 1 to your supernatural insight, but also 1 to your fear. Your fear is growing, but it also is your supernatural insight. Your supernatural insight is now at 5, and your fighting skill is now at 5. Not bad at all. You're quite strong. You are quite strong. As long as you can hold your brain together and get there without losing everything else. Right, so you can, if you wish, go northwards. You can go eastwards. You can go west. Where you'd like to travel to. I think we need to try and find this master and kill him. Westwards.
A scene of carnage greets your eyes. This place was once the castle chapel, but unseen forces have destroyed the holy place it once was. Upon the floor is the corpse of a withered man. A wooden stake has been embedded in his chest. What should you do? Search the chapel for something useful. Examine the corpse closer. Try to clean the place. Or kneel down and pray.
Okay, right. Maybe we'll find something useful here. You want to take the stake, the one that's in his chest? Okay, are you sure? Right. Okay, you want to search, examine the corpse. Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do Helen's choice first. Helen. Okay. Right. So you want to, as you kneel down to the body, you see that he's dressed as a priest. His hair is neatly combed back, and he still wears a small pair of wire-framed spectacles on his nose. His body is pale and gaunt, and he lies motionless, as you would expect. A large wooden stake has been embedded in his chest. Helen, do you wish to remove the stake? Yes or no? Do you wish to take the stick, Helen? You want to leave the stake there? It's entirely up to you. You can take the stick if you wish. Stake would be useful. Indeed it would. Okay, right. So, Helen takes a stake. The man's eyes flick open. He hisses at you and springs to his feet. Come here for your blessing, have you? Father Donald needs your life force. I'm famished. You must now fight him, Helen. Yes, bugger indeed. Okay, right. Luckily, very luckily, you can beat him now. You beat him. Your fighting skill is 5, and your supernatural insight is 5 as well. So he cannot win. So you do kill him. Hurrah! Excellent. Right. So you get to kill him, and you can take his stake as well. Don't worry, Helen. You can kill him quite easily. So because he's kind of a resting vampire. Okay, now if you use a stake in combat, it'll give you 1 extra fighting skill, but you also have a carving knife as well. Carving knife in one hand, stake in the other. Jaha! Ah! Right, now, do you wish to look at anything else here? Do you want to search the chapel? Do you want to... Oh, you've done that. Do you want to try and clean the place? Or do you now wish to kneel down and pray? Do you wish to kneel down and pray? Search the chapel, or do you want to leave? We can go northwards, we can go eastwards. That's it, north or east. That is 6 fighting skill. Yes, it is. So he's now very good. Luckily, he already started with 4, so that's pretty good. All right. Search. Okay, we're going to search. Good. This place of worship has been destroyed by a savage force. Pews have been smashed, crosses inverted, and blood splattered across the walls. Perhaps there is more to discover. Roll your fate. But roll your fate. What else is there here? Roll your fate. 2. On the ground is a huge amount of ash. Reaching down and tasting some, you determine that it's not wood ash. The flavor is more like charred pork. Oh dear. Okay, I think you've just eaten some vampire ash. That's not nice at all. Right, okay, you better leave this place before you eat anything else. Rather odd. Do you want to go north, or do you want to go east? North or east? North or east? East. East it is. Okay, east it is. North, says Helen. Okay, Jam, you make a decision. I don't know if Jam's still here. Otherwise, I'll flip a coin. Or dice. Okay, 1 and 2, it's north. 3 and 4, it's east. It's north. We're going north.
Bubbling vials and acrid smells fill this laboratory. A wild-eyed man with unkempt hair is busily and carefully decanting some grey powder into a bottle of pink liquid. He glances at you and sharply asks, "What do you want?" before going back to his measuring. What should you do? Ask for some help? See if you can get something from him? Question as to whom he is? Or attack him?
Yes, what is it? I'm rather busy, as you can see. Help! Why would I help you? Are you a guest of the Count or an intruder? Are you a guest or an intruder? You're a guest. Yeah. Really? Roll your fortune or under. Now, you have 3 at the moment. Roll your fortune, see if you can hopefully trick him. 2. Very good. Okay. Well, in that case, I think you would be best suited moving on. He has his own agenda, and I have mine. We don't mix the two. You understand? He goes back to his work. But do you want to, try and... Oh, no, you've asked him 2 questions there. Okay, I think you should go. Now, do you want to go northwards or eastwards? North or east? You can always come back here later on if you want. That would be fine. North.
Bilious fog rises up, then solidifies into flesh and bone. Clothes materialize over a gaunt but athletic frame, and a face contorts into beast-like form. The figure of the vampire count stands in front of you. His teeth razor-sharp, and his eyes blazing red. Shall you attack the count? Look around to see if there is something to aid you. Give in to him and allow what will come. Or try to escape.
Okay, right. This is the man that we want to try and kill. Are you strong enough yet? Might be. You might be strong enough. You know, health-wise, I don't know. It's going to be very close. Very close. Look around. You're going to try and look around. Okay, perhaps there's something here that you can do. Okay, perhaps there is something here to aid you in your fight. You scan your eyes around frantically in a blind panic. Roll your study level or under. Study level, quickly roll your study level, which is only 3. So roll your D. Well, we're doing D4 this one. 2, excellent. Well, I hope you. How lucky. Okay. Succeed, and you notice some long, drawn curtains. Is it the sunrise you see creeping over the horizon? Roll your reflex or under. Reflex. Okay, roll your reflex. 1. Okay, well done. Yeah, you succeed on your reflex, and you bravely leap onto the curtains, clutching them and pulling them open. Sunlight floods the room and hits the count. He screams in agony and burns. Although injured, he is not yet dead. But you can reduce his fighting skill and health by half. Ah, amazing. Okay, right. So with that, he is now down to 6 and 6. So you can defeat him. Yes, you do. Helen, you grab your stake that you pulled out of that poor vicar. You run over to him. You grab him by the neck and you ram the stake deep into his heart. Pull out your carving knife and ram it to the side of his head as you see him shrink into ash in front of your very eyes. Congratulations. Well done, Bruce Quinn. You have fulfilled your destiny and destroyed the Vampire Lord. Well, I think the world is now a safer place. And luckily you did not die, although you came close to going a little insane. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. That is just the first playthrough. There's a few adjustments I need to make, but I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you found it fun. There's loads and loads and loads of places you haven't been or discovered, or options that you haven't taken, as you know. Lots of rewards to find as well. I will be doing some more play tests as well. So, keep an eye out. And thank you. Cheers, man. And yeah, and I shall. I might do another one later on today. I might do a little bit of rewriting and bits and pieces there. But yeah, hopefully you found that fun. I think I can make it easier to scare people. I don't know. I might even take fear out. Fear might even go. But Helen, great to see you. Silver, thanks so much. Jem, awesome again to see you. So for me, for the moment, thank you again. I'm just going to end with my little bannery type thing. Let's see. Bye for now.